When it's movie time and you need tickets to the show,
it's time for help, and we're here to lend a hand. We have your movie tickets. We are
fucking dead.
Pokemon the movie, The Power of Us, or Everyone's Story, or whatever, is the 21st Pokemon movie to come out. And wow, is it a doozy. Yes, it is that time of year again where we get another new Pokemon movie. And just like last year's I Choose You, this movie also takes place in an alternate reality, involving Ash Ketchum and his lovely pal Pikachu. Now, I did have some disappointing feelings about I Choose You, and my theater experience was kinda eh. I was originally going to make a video about that, but fucking come on guys, I was going through a lot. I didn't really have that good experience in the theaters. Nevertheless, I thought it was an okay movie, but I was hopeful that this next movie would be better. At least I hope the dub would, make it better. But I didn't want to, make that assumption. Before this movie came out, after hearing that the original Japanese music was going to be kept, and the translations were actually faithful to the original, this completely changed my whole viewpoint through the film. And that's when I thought that, maybe I should give it another chance. So I decided that I was going to see this movie in theaters. But I didn't see it during the first viewing, so I went for the second viewing. And yeah, my theater experience was crazy. There's a lot of snow. It's a fucking snowstorm.
So you're wondering, this is my fucking walk to the movie theater on the other side. This is my life.
But when I got to the theater, it was a nice experience. Everyone was so polite and nice to me. And when I went to order food, the guy was so nice to giving me my food. It was like crazy. And yeah. It's the movie theater that was technically in a not so safe area. Though I felt pretty safe in the theater, no less. So I went to the movie theater, was delayed a bit, like 17 minutes delayed. But they played Generations to make that up. And then there's the movie. After watching this movie, I gotta say, this is a really good Pokemon movie. In fact, I think it's so good, I think it's much better than I Choose You. Oh no! What the fuck? Yes, I know that is a big claim to make, but once you hear my reasoning, you'll understand why. So practically the main story of Power of Us is that Ash and Pikachu, they make it to a new city in an area that reminds me of Johto. And they stop by for the Wind Festival. He stops by the city to partake in the Wind Festival happening. Along the same time, other characters appear as well, and they have their own spare screen time as well. There is the athlete, or at least was athlete, Risa, which her name was changed from Lisa to Risa. I didn't know how I feel about that at first, but now I think about it, this might be better considering that she was named after my ex-girlfriend. There is the guy named Callahan, who is a repulsive liar, and he tends to lie to his little niece, but he does that because he wants to impress her and all. But he's a sweet guy nonetheless. Then there is the scientist guy, Torin. He's very shy, and he has trouble speaking up to crowds and for himself. But he does care about Pokemon nonetheless. There's the old lady Harriet who hates Pokemon for a certain reason. You find out in the movie. She's not that close with Pokemon in general, and she happens to come across a group of Pokemon that keep growing throughout. There's Margot, a little girl who is the daughter of the mayor, Mayor Oliver. Yeah, he has a name, guys. And she befriends a elusive Pokemon in the wild, who is known to be the mythical Pokemon Zeraora. That's how you pronounce it, guys. They all have a big part in this big Wind Festival and storyscape. And it's just so cool. For a movie like this, you might think that all these characters together might be kind of an issue, considering what they're gonna do, and if that's too many characters on screen and for them to, accomplish their goals. But honestly, no, this movie actually makes this concept work. Every character has their own flaw, and they find a way to overcome that flaw. I mean, they're not exactly the most perfect characters, but that's a good thing, because in a sense, it helps them grow as characters. And even though that they're in for just one movie, they have a big impact throughout the whole story. And I gotta say, that's incredible. The story is very, very good. Like, it's a well thought out story. Everything handles from beginning, middle to end. It just works out and plays out well. I gotta say, that was kind of I Choose You's a little bit of an issue. Like, I Choose You's climax. Because that was handled very poorly, in my opinion. But yeah, it's interesting because all these characters have their own flaws. Risa is afraid of competing again through running because she had an injury in the past. Callahan lies, but he only does it because he just wants to impress his niece and wants to be seen as a hero. Harriet's afraid of connecting with Pokemon simply because she's afraid to trust. Torrance is afraid of talking to big crowds, and it's hard for him to talk to people. But he does care about Pokemon, and he's not afraid to show that he cares. Well, Margot, she wants to connect with Zeraora and with the little Pokemon. However, I guess her main flaw with that is that she's not able to connect with her dad about this, who happens to be the mayor. And the mayor seems like he believes Zeraora is a bad Pokemon. To her eyes, she feels like she can't say anything because that's her dad. By the way, Zeraora is in this movie, and I gotta say, for once in a long time, a mythical Pokemon in a movie doesn't entirely feel shoehorned in, and the story just, it works so well. Because that was my main issue with Marshadow in the movie I Choose You. Because just going bazonker crazy on Ash and trying to attack everyone, even though it's Cross's fault, it's kind of, bullshit to me. Zeraora story fits so well. One major thing that I really want to talk about is the music. And yes, the Japanese music is in the dub movie. It finally happened, folks. Miyazaki's music's back. It fits so well with the movie. I'm glad that TPCI has kept it. It made everything truly come to life. Really, scenes and the animation and the voice acting, which is really good too. I'm surprised because Serena Cheney's Ash is pretty good, I'm noticing that she kind of tends to make that voice sound a little feminine when trying to, act. At least when she tries to get emotional. I feel like in this movie, she made it sound so good for Ash that it sounds like when he's getting serious or excited, it sounds like a little boy doing it, not like a teenage girl or something. I feel like she found a good way to use her Ash voice, and I gotta say she did a really good job with this one. And as well as Risa's voice actress, who's also voiced by Hayden Paschal, was the voice of Serena. Honestly, the voice cast is actually pretty good. I honestly think they really did a good job. It seems like the voice direction was actually really on par for this one. I mean, if I had to be honest, maybe there are tiny moments where it sounds a little flaky, but honestly, I can look past it because they really put some heart and soul into their roles. And I really gotta give props to TPCI and the voice directing and everything, the actors. As well as the script adaptation is actually somewhat accurate to the original. Yes, James Carter Cathcart is the one that does the script adaptation. And though I do feel like that it went downhill over time, surprisingly, other editors in the writing department as well. There's a translation editor, and there's also a writing editor to check if the writing is good. As well as, even though James Carter Cathcart did write the script, a woman named Holly Bowen actually checked the script to kind of make sure, everything works. I'm not sure if she's credited as a script adapter as well, but she kind of overlooked the script to see if it's good. And Holly, I gotta say, you're my hero. I thank you for giving us good writing. Thank you. And that being said, the dub did a really good job with this movie. Most importantly, the art and the animation is phenomenal. Really phenomenal. Holy crap, the animation is amazing. And it's no surprise too, considering OLM is actually working with Wit Studio, the same studio that has made Attack on Titan. So you know that the quality is going to be great. It's very expressive. The animation along with the music and the voice acting, when everything ties down together, it just makes for such an amazing quality product. This might be the quintessential Pokemon movie there is. Now, I do have minor issues, but I guess I'll just say them. One little issue I noticed is that this movie does use CGI quite a bit, at least during the huge background scenes with characters and the Pokemon. It's very easy to notice, and you'll notice a lot when you see through the backgrounds. You pay close attention, you're going to see large crowds along with Pokemon like Vulpix or Machamp. It looks a little off, to be honest, but other than that, you know, the animation itself on the main characters and other characters in the foreground looks so good that I could look past it. I gotta say, they did a really good job with this one, and you really should watch it for any version, but in particular, if you live in America or England or any country that speaks English, really take a chance on the English dub. It's gonna surprise you. Animation and art was amazing. Music is phenomenal. A lot of old tracks, mostly Johto, which is great. Great character development and usage, as well as great voice acting, and just overall, just what a great and fun adventure it was. The Power of Us is truly one of the greatest Pokemon movies out there, and I recommend it to anyone who's a Pokemon fan or anyone who has a slight interest in Pokemon but want to have a good time. I recommend watching this movie. And with that, of course, considering my last rating for I Choose You, I can proudly say I give this movie a final score of 9.4 out of 10. It's amazing. There will be a spoiler warning. Skip until the next 10 seconds. Did you guys wait? Okay, here we go. Risa's brother is actually a YouTuber. Well, hello, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. This was a really fun one to do. Now, with that being said, I'm sorry that the next Pokemon recap video is taking a long time to make. There's a lot of editing and art related things to do, and I just really need time to work on this thing. So please bear with me on that. It's gonna get done hopefully by the next few days or so, but only time will tell. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next recap video. See ya!